All right, minasan, welcome back to Nihon de Eigo, and we're almost at the end. So in this specific video, we're going to be talking about finding a non-teaching job in Japan while you're on an instructor visa. So first things first, we want to address the big elephant in the room, and that is, do you need Japanese to get a non-teaching job? For jobs in international companies or in the IT industry, Japanese is not always required. However, if you're going to be looking at roles in customer service or local industries, oftentimes they will demand at least the conversational level of Japanese. This is basically where you're able to interact with your colleagues and customers or clients if needed, understanding some form of spoken and written Japanese, right? So your Japanese level will significantly influence the type of roles that you can apply for. Now, where should you search for these kind of jobs? You're going to want to look at websites like Gaijin Pot, Dai Jobs, and LinkedIn. Those are excellent starting points. You can also use local job boards such as Rikunabi or MyNavi, but these may require some level of Japanese proficiency. So the application process to apply for a job in Japan is you're going to be doing, you're going to want to start by tailoring your resume. You're going to tailor your resume to match the Japanese standards. If you're applying to an international company, you can use your English resume, but you must ensure that it's professionally formatted. Sometimes these English companies do require a Japanese resume, and those times you may be required to speak some level of Japanese. So if that is the case and you don't speak Japanese, then of course, you steer clear from them, or if you want to chance it, you just go ahead and submit your English resume. Right? So here are some advantages and disadvantages of pursuing non-teaching jobs. Of course, we're going to start with the advantages. So you get a higher earning potential. You are going to get opportunities to work in diverse fields, and you're going to gain some unique professional experiences in Japan. So what are the disadvantages? You will need to navigate cultural differences in the workplace and possibly stricter requirements for languages and skills than you would in a teaching job. Sorry. So something that you want to make I want to make clear is that while you can apply to these jobs, you cannot apply to these jobs on a visitation visa. Why? Yes, these companies may sponsor your visa, but you are only allowed to stay in Japan on a visitor's visa for no more than 2 weeks. It doesn't matter which country you come from. So you cannot stay in Japan for more than 2 weeks on a visitor's visa. And these processes in the Japanese industry or the Japanese work world, they are a process, right? It's not just one interview when they call you later or send you an email and say, okay, you've got a job, you can start on Monday. For visa sponsorships, sometimes this process can take months. And if you are outside of the country, then it may cause a problem if they need you to go somewhere or they need some kind of documentation for you, XYZ, right? So you cannot apply for a job in Japan while you're on a visitor's visa, just to make that clear. However, you can transition out of your instructor visa or your humanities visa and into something else as long as the company that you're applying for sponsors visas. Some may say requirements would include permanent residency or spouse visa. So this allows you to work in Japan without having to get any kind of permission from the immigration office. And to get a spouse visa, you have to be married to a Japanese national. And we spoke about permanent residency in the immigration section. So to wrap up, if you are serious about transitioning into the non-teaching jobs, improve your Japanese skills. Of course, that's a given, right? It will open more doors for you. So start networking and exploring platforms that align with your skills and your interests. That's all for this video, guys. Matane.